Hello. There we go. All right. Video recording. Audio might be. Oh, shit. It is now.
Oh, no. Did we not record any of that pre-show?
No, we did, but I triple clicked it. Now I've got 4 files that'll be empty like an idiot.
Oh, gotcha.
Too much caffeine this morning, I think. Okay, here we go then. Let's start this thing off in proper order in 3, 2, 1.
You are hereby reinstated as General of the Immortal Flames.
Were you able to make enough splat cakes for everyone?
The morning stream. The morning stream. Am I still here? Hello?
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to TMS. It's the morning stream, as previously stated, for Tuesday, July 9th, 2024. I'm Scott Johnson with Brian Ibbott.
Hello.
It's nice to see you. How's your morning? You doing all right?
You know, so far so good. This Tuesdays are great because I get up and I've already usually prepped the music. I usually prep the music for the whole week on Monday mornings,
Right.
as I do like the half-asses and all that stuff. So Tuesday mornings I come down here and it is purely just kind of catch up with email and get stuff done. I did play a little game of what is it, Overlanders 2? Is that what it's called? Outlanders 2.
Outlanders 2. Outlanders.
Yeah. We talked about this last week. It's the resource building game.
Oh, right. Apple Arcade deal. Yeah.
Apple Arcade deal. I am loving this game. And I unabashedly just adore the animation style and the game style. The campaign is a lot of fun.
I'm gonna have to grab it. I haven't tried it yet, but I am a sucker for these kind of games, and I like the first one.
Yeah,
it's much of it as I played.
I got to build a forager's hut to get all these apples, but then I need to cut down these trees because I need logs. What do I do?
Yeah. And this is still, Apple Arcade only. It's not on Steam or anything.
Yeah, no ads, no microtransactions. I mean, the game is the game.
Yeah, I like the game when it's just the game.
Yeah.
My favorite kind of game. Well, that's great. Yeah, I have similar things on. Tuesdays are great because, although today's weird. I have DTNS today. They've swapped me. Swipped me.
Okay.
I've been swipped and swapped.
You've been swipped and swapped. A little swip swap.
Normally it's Wednesdays, but they got some kind of big Samsung thing tomorrow, and they've got Samsung experts on tomorrow, and I don't give a poop about the Samsung thing. So they moved me to today, so that's a thing. And then tonight I got Travis's show, and then I got a bunch of shit in between. So usually Tuesdays are kind of my catch-up days. Not today. Today's a little packed, but it's all good because tomorrow, because I have no DTNS, me and Hootie42 are going to go to lunch. Finally, after 2 years
nice.
2 years of committing to go to lunch, we're going to lunch. So
that's very good.
Yeah,
cool.
So that'll be fun. Probably I might do a little diary interview with him or something. Just kind of hang out and talk.
Oh, fun. Yeah, something. Right. That'd be cool.
Why not? He's a cool guy. Anyway, so we hope you're all well and having a decent Tuesday. We get a lot of people on this show who say they either listen to the show at higher speeds to keep up with it, or because their commute's shorter, they have to do the double speed or else they won't get the show in, or whatever their reasons are for hearing us at higher speeds. And so once in a while it comes up in the emails and the texts, and we got one from Andrew in Colorado. I don't know if you know who this is, but he's there.
I don't know him by just the name Andrew, but hopefully, Andrew, if you're listening, jump onto Facebook or in the Discord and find out the Denver Tadpole. We'll meet you in a week from Friday.
Yeah. That's awesome. You're going to what was it again?
Oh, the pinball pub.
Oh, that's
so
right.
It's like pinball machines and ciders and beers and all that stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
We're gonna go. We were talking pre-show, but we're gonna do a meet up at I forgot the name of the theater. But anyway, we're gonna go see Deadpool with a handful of Tadpoolers on the 27th, I guess.
Cool. Yep,
Is that how
Saturday.
long? Is that how long it is? It is the 27th, right?
The 27th, yeah, because it comes out that's the weekend. That's opening weekend.
Okay. So we suspect we'll have a great
Of course, I'm seeing it on the Thursday night, the absolute earliest night that I can see it. But that's because I'm a big Marvel fanboy and I don't care.
Yeah, you're a huge nerd. It's fine.
A huge nerd.
Yeah, you may as well. While we're there on the 27th, you should paint minis to to fill the
I
time.
should.
Yeah.
I have a bunch of Deadpool minis that need to be in Gwenpool, and I have a Jeff the Baby Landshark mini to paint. Yeah.
Are these all? Are these? Did you add any to that pile from this shipment you got?
Yeah, this new shipment added a Jeff the Baby Landshark.
Yeah.
Just realizing I didn't put these in alphabetical order. Damn it!
Oh no.
Well, well, that's a bummer. It's got them all in their little grouping order here.
Sure.
No, but the last one actually had one entire box that was all Deadpool. So there's a Bob agent of Hydra, there's a hero version of Deadpool, a villain version of Deadpool, an anti-hero version of Deadpool, Lady Deadpool. Like there's plenty. There's all the Deadpool someone could possibly need.
It's a lot of Deadpool.
It's a lot of Deadpool.
Good job, artist.
And Gwenpool. Yeah,
and Gwenpool.
Mentioned Gwenpool.
And remind me, Gwenpool. I'm not familiar. Gwenpool's
is Gwen Stacy. What if Gwen Stacy was Deadpool?
She sure gets a lot of what if treatment, doesn't she?
For a woman that died and caused such a powerful moment, and I think even it was our own
Jerry Conway.
Conway that killed her. Yeah.
Yeah, he killed her. You know that. So, do you think this is like backlash from that? Like the writers were like, "Well, you killed her, but we're going to go ahead and have a heyday with her alternate versions of herself." Maybe
no, I don't think so. I think it was like because they brought her back a few times over the years in alternate Spider-Verse stories, and you can't, you look back at the greatest moments in Spider-Man's history, and it's the death of Uncle Ben, the not stopping the burglar that ran past him, that sort of thing, and then the death of Gwen Stacy, especially how before they retconned it for the Andrew Garfield movie, it was actually Spider-Man's webs catching her that jolted her back and snapped her neck when he was trying to save her.
Right. And it was extra tragic because of that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It wouldn't have been any. I mean, it's one thing for him to barely get there enough time to save her. It's another that you're part of the problem.
Exactly. Yeah.
Poor Peter.
Yeah,
Poor Peter.
So that was, that's a what they call those lore moments? No, canon moments.
Canon
across the Spider-Verse, they have as one of those.
Canon. Wait.
Yeah.
What were they called? Canon moment?
Canon events?
Canon event. Is that it? That sounds right.
Rainbow Bright confirms it. Canon events.
Canon event.
That was one.
Yep.
Yeah. So the death of Gwen Stacy. So they've always considered like this character. And I think, like they did with Jean Grey, they waited a good amount of time before figuring out a way to bring her back.
Yeah. Yeah, no kidding.
We had the impactful moment when Jean Grey sacrifices herself to save the X-Men from the whole Lilandra and the Starjammers, but then we wait a little while and look, she's in an egg in the bottom of the San Francisco Bay or something.
Sure.
Where they found her.
That was weird, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was how they started the X Factor comic series. Yeah,
that's weird.
All of a sudden, she wasn't Phoenix. There was a separate entity called Phoenix, and it just took on the likeness of Jean Grey. But really, Jean Grey is in an egg in the bottom of the San Francisco Bay.
It's stuff like this that makes you realize the MODOK thing's probably okay.
Right, exactly. They can kind of do anything. And
this is comics.
Okay, that tracks.
Yeah, it's comic stuff. It's fine. Well, anyway, this is back to speeds of podcasts.
Oh, yeah, no kidding. Boy, was that right, Andrew from Colorado. That's where we veered off.
That's where we veered off course. Andrew, thank you for that. We appreciate the sidestepping that we created out of nothing.
This rabbit hole brought to you by Andrew from Colorado.
That's right. He says, he quoted our question, which is, how do you listen to fast speeds on podcasts, unquote. Well, he says this: I started well over a decade ago when I realized I couldn't keep up with the shows the shows I liked in the limited amount of time that I had to listen. Rather than cut things, I bumped up gradually. 1.1 to 1.25 to 1.5, finally to 2. Took me about a year. Everything above 2, and I have drastically reduced comprehension, so I stopped trying to increase. Andrew in Colorado. So he stopped at 2. 2 seems to be kind of the high standard or the highest end of the thing. I don't know how you do faster than that, nor did I know some players would let you go higher than that. I assumed that 2 is kind of the upper limit, but maybe you can... Maybe Pocket Cast goes higher. I don't know.
Maybe it does. Yeah, visualizing the little little slider bar that you do to increase the speed. I like the take out long pauses and stuff. I mean, I know, for dramatic podcasts, I don't take them out, but for news podcasts, a few Las Vegas things I listen to, I like taking out those long spaces. But Bitterest Pill, Dan Class, I can't do it. His long pauses are so a part of his storytelling that I just can't take out spaces on his. Even though I've been driving and listening to his show, and there's a long pause, and I think, oh, did something happen to my phone? Is it over? Is that episode over? And then he's like, anyway, let me tell you more about what happened in Los Angeles.
Oh man, that guy's an all-timer. He's great.
He really is. Yeah.
Okay, so here is us at 1 speed.
And I'm wearing my hat because I don't like to get sunburned.
This is yesterday. All right, now let's increase it to 1 point whatever.
And I don't that. So I'm flying around in this thing. It was awesome. So we're having all kinds of fun.
Okay, that's 1.1. It's pretty speedy.
1.1. Yeah, I can't really tell much of a difference.
Okay, here's
backflip.
Let me get to 1.5. This is very incremental.
Everyone's having a good time, so we're thinking, all right, this is really what the 4th is about. Nice and hot, breezy, beautiful day, great food.
So that's not even a full double.
I can still track all that stuff. The 1.5 I'm still good with.
Now here's your 2.
Bridge near us that looks over the entire valley, and we'll just see the whole valley popping off. That's how we'll do it. So we do this. Way to do it.
I can't, dude. I can't do that. Oh, this does go a lot higher. Okay, so hold on.
Oh, really?
Okay, it caps out at 3 on Pocket Cast. There you go.
Me, Ken Carter, and Alicia are there. We're waiting for the deal to begin. It's starting to get dark, and things are just starting to, light up.
Who are you that does that?
I can't even make out words. Yeah, that's 3?
Yeah, that's 3 times.
Wow.
I couldn't do it.
Oh my gosh. What did we just do to the people who listen to this podcast at higher speeds by speeding up the podcast within the podcast at a higher speed? Did Ron Silver just touch Ron Silver from the future? Oh my gosh.
You know what? I might do a little experiment, go back, find it, do it again, see what I can do.
Keep speeding it up.
Yeah, that's amazing. Well, anyway, so I don't know how you people do it, but I am not going to judge you. You all do what you want to do. It's fine.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I realize we put out a lot of content.
2 I could do. 2 speed I could do. If I were more of a voracious podcast listener, or even if I did more audiobooks, maybe that would be the thing that would make me not lose focus with audiobooks, is listening to them at 2 speed.
Oh, I feel like that might, at first it probably would tune you in better. I wonder how, though, in the long term, if you just got used to it, it'd be the same problem. I have the same problem as you do.
Worth an experiment.
Same problem as you. I don't audiobooks and I don't get along. I got to read. Something about the act of my eyes reading, and then my brain has to engage more. When I'm just hearing it, I just sort of do, which is weird because I don't get that way with podcasts or storytelling stuff or other things other than audiobooks. I don't know why. It's a weird effing thing, but maybe you're right.
No, it's like the audiobook thing. It's like, oh, the character enters a cafe. Oh, cafes. Oh, I like coffee. I could really go for a coffee right now. I wonder what I would get in it. Probably mocha. Oh, damn it. What's happened in the last 2 minutes of this book?
Right. Geniusaurus in the chat says there's a couple of interstitial music bits that we use here on the show that sound better at 1.5. What could those be?
Oh, really?
I mean, are you talking like our mid-show? That thing, does that sound better at...
I wonder.
1.5? Yeah. That's a weird thing. Well, anyway.
We'd only have a couple of interstitial music things, so.
I mean, I did hear like a faster, more EDM version of that. Let's get down to business. You know that song? I don't know if you've heard that. Anyway, that one, it's already kind of an EDM song, but I heard a sped up one, and it did sound better. So maybe there's a cadence thing there. I don't know, man. Claire says Skim sounds great sped up. Oh, the intro.
Oh, the Skim intro. We call that the Skintro.
This is Skintro. Yeah. We have a lot of skin on our show. It's all in the Skintro. This is that. That sounds better at 1.2. Yeah. That sounds better at 1.2. All right. Or 1.5, whatever. Brian, there's that. Now we move on to this. Yesterday a couple days ago, we were trying to figure out what Arizona's Comic-Con is now called, and I was screwing it all up. I didn't know what to call it. And I think I even said it was Fan Expo, but it's not. It's Phoenix Comic Convention. Is now called Phoenix Fan Fusion. Fan Fusion.
Fan Fusion. So they take 2 fans, they bring fans in 2 at a time and fuse them together.
Yep. I mean, why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
If you could, if you had that kind of power, wouldn't you fuse people together? I would.
Oh, yeah. You know what? How would you choose? Would you try and pair people that have like that complement each other? Like, would you say, oh, you're not a good driver, but he is, so I'm going to fuse the two of you together so that you make a good driver who can also cook?
Yeah, there you go. That's not bad. What? Yeah.
Like, basically, like, this is like the new Tinder or something, right? Like, it's like, oh, all right, hold on, I'm liking this one and this one right here. Fuse those together, done.
Yeah, it's a little like knowing what filaments will stay together in your 3D printing process versus
right, exactly. Which one's like, oh, I can't adhere a Sunlu to a hatch box.
No,
those won't stick together if I change filament midway. But if I use a Elegoo in a hatch box, those stay together great.
Ooh, now that we're on this subject, I need advice from
sure.
you.
Yeah.
So, what was the question? Hold on.
3D printing, filament sticking together, hatchbox, Elegoo.
Oh, I know what I was going to ask. So back in the day, I used to do a lot of 3D mock-up stuff with SketchUp, I think it was called. Still out there, I think. It's not owned by whoever owned it before, or Google owned it for a while or something. Anyway,
I can't remember, yeah.
SketchUp was rad because even though it was kind of basic geometry, it was a great way for me. When I was still working for that company that owes me $89,000 still, I was making 3D sort of mock-ups of these store displays, and it was great because I just needed to make a bunch of boxes, and they were certain sizes.
Easy, simple geometry,
easy.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and then I would Photoshop stuff on top to make it look like, it was almost photorealistic at one point, and then I could match it up with a photo of a place that had like an end cap, and then I could replace this end cap or put this end cap in place of the one that was in the photo. It was really great, and I really used that a ton. Cool. So here's my question. I have a potential commission client thing that's going to require similar stuff. What is the free low investment 3D thing that people are using now? I assume tied to 3D printing. Yeah.
Fusion 360 is probably, well, I'd say Fusion 360 is probably your best bet. Is this going to be something that gets 3D printed, or is this something that is going to be used for the background of mock-ups?
It's just mock-ups and stuff. So I won't actually need I don't need to print any of it. I mean, obviously you could, because you can export it to STLs or whatever, but I just need it to, I just want to be able to get into I don't want to get all wrapped up into something that's like complicated.
Yeah. You know what? Then the Chad Pool is also saying, or the Chad Pool.
The Chad Pool.
Good old Chad Pool. I remember him in his plaid outfit. Tinkercad, actually, people are BioCow and a couple other people, Jason Norris, Tinkercad. That's going to be more of your easy entry level, and I think that's going to have what you need.
Tinkercad? Oh, CAD.
Tinkercad. CAD, yeah.
Tinkercad. Okay, that's interesting.
It's made by Anycubic? No, who makes it? It's made by...
That's Autodesk.
It's made by one of the Autodesk. That's it. Yep.
Oh wow! I thought the Fusion 360 is not Autodesk. Who's that?
Fusion 360 is also Autodesk, but think of it like using. God, there's not really a good Adobe parallel. It's like using the complicatedness of Photoshop when really all you need is MacDraw or Mac Paint.
Yeah, that's why I like SketchUp so much, because it was sort of just that. It was like, quick, get in here, make some very simple 3D stuff, and get the F out. And it sounds like this is it.
If you do Fusion, then you're gonna be spending a couple hours learning how to use Fusion before you can start using Fusion. With Tinkercad, you can probably figure it out in about 30 minutes and have everything else you need.
This is fantastic. I'm going to do it. It says, ooh, it wants to know if I'm an educator or a student. Is that the only way to get this thing?
Yes, but I think you can. But I think it won't look for an edu suffix on your.
It doesn't care.
Email address. I don't think it does.
Okay, I'm going to give that a shot. I'll sign in with Google, because why not?
Yeah, I thought there should be like hobbyist version or something like that, but maybe not.
I think obviously the student one's not going to. They're not going to. That'll be free.
That'll be free, and there's limitations, but they're 10 projects or something. Same with Fusion 360, 10 projects and stuff.
You know what annoys me a little bit is when you go to when someone says, hey, put in your year, your month, and your date of birth. Mm-hmm. And there's always 3 pull downs, right? There's one for the month, one for the day, and one for the year.
Yeah.
I hate that every time I go to the year one, it's just a little more scrolling than you used to do.
It's a lot of scrolling.
Because back in the day, I remember like in the 90s when these things first started popping up on the internet, it would be like, well, it's not very far. It's like 12 down. Like
it's like, it's like actually within the first part of the drop down that you see.
Yeah. Not anymore. Nope.
Not anymore. Boy. Yeah.
And sometimes I'm like, and sometimes I just like where I need.
Use technology, by the way, is because of all the scrolling to get to the year of their birth.
And there are even times where I'm like I just need to hurry up and put a fake date because it's just one of these age verification things. And I'll just choose the quickest one. It's like 2006. And I'm like, oh, shit, is that going to work? And then I realize, oh, it totally does work. It not only works, but those guys are, they're 20-something or whatever they are.
Yeah. No, it's bad when you get to the point where it actually, you get a little progress bar that says loading more years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. This is amazing. All right, I'm going to grab this after the show. I actually meant to write this down because I need something like that pretty quick here that I can just wrap my head around and really go for it. So.
Yeah.
But I'll check out. I mean, Fusion 360 obviously is maybe a step up from that, but is also highly used, right? Like a lot of people.
Yeah, yeah. And what's great about this is that you can learn Tinkercad, and then you're kind of a quarter of the way to learning Fusion 360. Because in Tinkercad you can't do like chamfered edges or fillets or sweeps or things like that. But but you basically just say, okay, well, I take what I've learned from Tinkercad. Now I know.
I like this.
Now I'm on the way to learning.
What is a fillet? Like slicing, like it sounds like you're slicing
like a
up
fillet. I'm sorry, filleted edges. Sorry, not filleted. Filleted edges. So one's rounded, one's chopped, beveled at the edge.
Oh, okay, bevel. Yeah, beveling I can deal with. All right, well, I'm gonna dick around with it, and then I'll let everyone know how bad I am with it, and it'll be great. Okay.
This is like in my head. I look at it and I say that's filleted, but I read it because I have a lot more food than I have 3D. As I say, fillet.
Yeah, it's fine. It's all good. All right, there's that, and then we got this Lyft question for Brian. I'm going to read from Craig in the UK. Craig T. Nelson. He's in
Craig T.
Yeah, he's up there. Coach is up there in the UK right now. Coach asked this question. Hi, guys. I have a question for Brian. I've seen this viral video or viral videos of people canceling rides to try to get out of paying for their Uber or their Lyft. Has this happened to you? And what's the recourse for yourself if it happens? Thanks, Craig in the UK.
Oh, that's really interesting.
Does that ever happen to you?
That has not happened to me, and I'm trying to figure out how they would do it. Like, basically, if you request a ride and then if you cancel it immediately, no charge, no problem, right? Mm-hmm. But if you wait 60 seconds or 2 minutes, or there's some limit for the rider that if you request a ride, 2 minutes goes by, the driver's on his way, and then you cancel it, you pay a charge, and the driver, and I get a $2 or $3 little thing saying, sorry, we made you drive out of your way to head towards someone that canceled.
Right.
Big deal.
Right.
But I don't know how you could do it, because even if I show up and the longer they wait to cancel the ride, the more I get paid for just showing up, and the more they get charged for it. And if they get in the car, there's some little calculation they'll do if they cancel a ride halfway through and it still does. Let's say they say, you know what, actually I've decided I'm going to go to this 7-Eleven here instead of going to the one next to the cannabis shop because now I don't need pot. I drive. Yeah. Here's when I drive for Lyft, Scott.
Sure.
I need to get to work, or I need pot, or I need to go have sex, or I'm coming back from having sex.
Sure.
Yeah.
You have
Sometimes it's all three, and then you're like, that's a fun ride.
Yeah. But that's one with memorable conversation that makes TMS stories.
It really is.
Yeah.
But those are the three kinds of rides I give. I should actually just have a checklist in the back. Are you going to work? Do you need pot? Or are you coming back from having sex?
Sure. That's amazing.
Or are you on your way to have sex?
Yeah. I bet, you know what I bet too, is a lot of this is videos of people where this happened, and everyone thinks that if there are videos of these floating around, it must be common. And I'll bet it's just outliers.
I don't know how you would, but that's the thing. I don't know how you would do it, because even if you cancel pre-ride, you're still paying something. If you cancel mid-ride, you're paying for that much you're paying for a percentage of the ride that you took. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And if you cancel at the end of the ride, you've still paid for the whole thing. there's no way to get out of paying for it. So
right.
Yeah, I don't know. Craig, if you have any more information about that, I'd love to know more, and that would be good to know, just so I could figure out. I mean, my recourse would be, cool, I got a camera in my car that shows that you were in my car this whole time.
Yeah.
And I could even show, how the time you got in, the time you got out, send it to Lyft. They should pay.
That's why I bet it's rare. I just don't.
Yeah.
Social media has a way of making us all think something's happening a lot when it really is just that you're being fed a thing from or from the algorithm. And sometimes it's 3 or 4 of these, and you're like, well, if I've seen 3 or 4 of these, it must be happening a ton. Well, no, it's because TikTok, Meta, whoever is feeding you things that you hung around and watched. So now you're going to get more of them. That's just the way it works. Speaking of which, there's this thing happening around here. We saw it on Nextdoor. I don't read Nextdoor, but Kim once in a while will check in just to see if something weird's happening in the neighborhood.
Sure.
And it's pretty chill. It's a lot of sort of, I made too many brownies, who wants them? Or
that's a great. Well, you've got a great Nextdoor. Ours is, hey, somebody left their bicycle in front of my house. Does this belong to anybody? Fascist.
Yeah, they got short fuses in some Nextdoor
little short
groups.
fuse. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Ours is usually pretty good, but this one was fine too, except it was just warning everybody. They had some Ring video to show it so that people knew what was going on. But there's this mother and her kid going around homes in our neighborhood. Bing bong, they ring the door. You come to the door, or if you don't come to the door, they try to break in. They try to weasel their way into the house, or they check the doors and try a couple of windows and do a bunch of shit. And if they can't get in, they haven't been breaking in, as far as I know. But they try to, see if somebody forgot a door or whatever. And then the ones that they've found that are open, they go in and they take stuff. Now, if you answer the door, they go, hey, we're just going around the neighborhood seeing if there's anything we could pray for you. Is there any?
Oh my God!
We're doing
really?
a prayer, and we just want to include any neighbors that are, maybe you're going through some trouble or hard times. Can we pray for you? It's like, you dicks, you're the worst.
Wow. To come up with, all right, we're gonna either steal your stuff, or I'm sorry, you caught us. We're religious.
Yeah.
Horrendous.
I hate it so bad. I freaking hate it.
God.
So now I kind of want one to show up,
Yeah.
Because I want to go up there and answer the door and have them go, well, we're just here to see if we can pray for you. And I'll say, come inside, we'll pray together. I want to do something weird.
I wonder if you could quiz them on things that people who pray would know. To see if you can catch them in a lie.
Yeah.
Oh, really? What church do you go to? Oh,
yeah.
really? What street is that on?
Yeah.
Oh,
just really drill them, and do it with a smile. Yeah. Do it with a smile the whole time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't know how that's going to go. But anyway, there's that. And good. I'm glad your lifts no one's ever stiffed you.
Yeah, no one's ever stiffed me. I had that one person who got my number, created a fake ride and then called me and then had me call them back on a it convinced me that they were actually from Lyft by telling me some things that at the time I thought, well, okay, how would a passenger know that? All right, cool.
Yeah.
But really, and ended up not giving them anything that they wanted, but and reported them, found their website that they wanted me to go to and reported that to their web host with screenshots. I they effed with the wrong dude.
Yeah, don't know your audience or something is what I'm trying to say.
Exactly.
Tally says I should show up at the door in Kim's underwear. Who says I'm not wearing it now? Who says I'm not sitting here right now in some frilly cute little panty deals? How do you guys know? You don't know. You don't know.
Exactly.
Right. One final thing here from let's see. This is from Lisa G. Lisa G. That's right. This is a rap name. She says, here's another stab at the whole what woman is Brian dreaming about.
Yep. Desperately squeaking Brian's dream woman.
That's right. Desperately squeaking her.
Squeaking.
Brian's dream woman, Laura Neitlinger. She plays
Laura Keitlinger.
Is it Keitlinger? Oh.
Yeah,
I always assume K's are silent in almost every word. I don't know why. I guess there's no end there. Anyway, she played Nurse Sheila on Will and Grace, also a writer on the show, very dry humor, tall, thin brunette. Is this the woman, Brian?
I was ready to discount this one, and then I did a little search. And I'm like, she might be it. And I'm thinking I need to relook at her character because I haven't found her yet in Silicon Valley, and I don't think she's in it. But we did watch Goldberg's, and that also fits as the, no laugh track sitcom that would have a character like this, kind of a wackier character. And she was on that as like an agent. And I need to go and look because there is the distinct possibility it was Laura Keitlinger. And what's funny is, I discounted saying, oh yeah, Laura Keitlinger. No, I remember she was on SNL for a season.
That's why I'm seeing all these SNL news weekend pictures of her. I didn't know she was on
Weekend
SNL.
Update. Yeah. And so I was thinking, oh, maybe it was, people said, maybe it was a character from somebody on SNL. I'm like, oh, no, I'd remember anybody from SNL. She was on so briefly that I probably wouldn't remember Laura Keitlinger. So there is the distinct possibility that this is her. She was also on Pen 15.
I like
as
Pen
the
15.
Hat. Yeah, the what causes more people to notice you than a hat? And she convinces the two girls to buy a lot of hats.
Oh, that's her?
Yeah. So there is the distinct possibility that she is the one I was thinking of, and I need to go find that the video, the clip of her on Goldberg's, because that might be the character. It was really the character that I was thinking of more than the actress.
She's in all these pictures with Jack Black, and I can't. Was it just because they were in them?
She was in Tenacious D as the fan, is what Matuba says.
Oh, so there's some connection there.
Yeah.
Dude, they're like licking each other's tongues in this shot. Are they together?
I'm not. The Boy Who Cried Wolf says, "I'm not sure." Is an underwhelming response, Coverville. We need confetti. I'll give you confetti if she's the one. Really, I mean, and
we just need confirmation. We can't just assume.
I need confirmation. She might be the one. Cyrenix says at this point, just say it's her so we can have closure. I can't do that. I can't lie to you and tell you that she's the one if I don't know for sure.
Yeah, you can't do that.
But she might be the one. I saw the a shot of her, and she's got that oh my God, who's the woman from Just Shoot Me that I've been comparing her to? Jeez.
Oh,
and Hot in Philadelphia.
Right. Shit.
Yeah.
That one.
It's right at not Kate Walsh.
Not Kate Walsh.
Wendy Malick. Thank you, Wendy Malick.
Dude.
She very much has a Wendy Malick vibe, and the brunette, the dark eyes. Yeah. I mean it could 100% be her.
Wendy Malick is the new choplifter that I get all the time on the game shows when I can't remember a game name, everyone says choplifter.
Choplifter?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's amazing. Tonda Ghost is in here too. That's great.
We haven't talked about Agatha All Along at all yet.
I haven't watched the trailer yet. I heard people are excited about the trailer though. It looked good or something.
I'm excited and there's a little part of me that's like, oh, well, okay, so I guess seeing that actress in here means that, it doesn't mean a thing. We've had people who've been in one Marvel thing and then appear as a different character in another Marvel thing, and there are no connections whatsoever. But there's part of me that hopes that the appearance of Aubrey Plaza means that she's back as the Shadow King and is going to wreck Agatha's world.
Well, Legion was not MCU, but that doesn't matter either because neither was Charlie Cox in Daredevil while it was over at Netflix, but now he is. So yeah,
exactly. And there was never anything that showed actors or actresses from the Fox X-Men series in Legion, even though it's Charles Xavier's son and all that stuff. And he didn't mention Charles Xavier. We didn't get never a cameo or anything from Jean-Luc, but
that would be great.
It would be great if there was some way to connect the two. I would love that. I would love
she was really good in there. So, I mean, she'll be great in this, whatever she does, but that would be awesome. I'm with you. That'd be great.
Absolutely.
The Wraith, will Blade ever happen? We talked about this a couple of weeks ago. The answer is, at this stage, it feels like it won't, but I feel like at some point it will. To me, it would be if I were them, now that they have Hulu and they can do their like slightly more R-rated business over there, they should just make a Hulu series and make a Blade series. Don't even worry about the movie.
That. I like that a lot.
Yeah, I would watch the series and feel pretty good about that. Okay, where the hell were we? It's time for the news. That's who. Or what? And there's no who. It's only a what. And
who's the news?
It goes like this. Time for the news brought to you by...
Do you like video games? Do you like all the stuff that happens around the video game industry? Do you like having three goofballs tell you all about it? Do you like gladiator movies? Good news then, because Frog Pants' own Core happens weekly on Thursdays, and exactly the kind of podcast that you need in your gaming life. Get it anywhere you get shows or at frogpants.com/core today.
Go do it. What are you wasting your time for on other shows? Go get it.
Yeah, what are you waiting for Pete's sake?
Bad news for Etsy fans and Etsy creators, I suppose. Etsy is banning the sale of most sex toys and explicit content and more, they say. Yeah.
What about things that hold sex toys? What about things that you store your sex toys in?
Yeah, I knew this might have a slight effect on a possible project you're helping with,
yes, exactly, yes.
The indie seller publisher published its adult nudity and sexual content policy a couple days ago, which states that sales of adult toys that are, quote, insertable, applied to the genitalia, or, quote, designed for genitals to be inserted into them. I love that.
Feels like such a breaking some grammar rules there. Designed for genitals to be inserted into them.
Yeah, it's a little off. Also, this poor lawyer that had to write this one, you know?
Yeah.
They really saddled this guy with a fun project.
Yeah.
Anyway, will be prohibited. That pretty much runs the gamut. And this is their words: dildos, vibrators, rings, plugs, and the like. So plugs, Brian, plugs. We're getting close to the neighborhood
I'm
here.
not designing plugs. I'm designing a plug stand. Plus, there's no real plan for me to put it on Etsy. But
I didn't know where these are going to end up. If it was Etsy or
it's one person's OnlyFans or wherever she has her live show.
Yeah, I might. So I've been talking to the person that you talked to that made this arrangement.
Yes,
about a possible. Just like a little one-off interview to try to better understand that business, like what
interesting,
what they do, how it works. I think there's a lot of not just stigma, but just misunderstanding around how some of that works, including for myself. I have no idea how OnlyFans works.
I'm fascinated to listen to that. Yeah, that's cool.
So I'm going to try to arrange something. Anyway, they can't ban that, can they? They can't ban my podcast.
They cannot. Nope. Just don't sell that podcast on Etsy.
No. Let's see here. There's more to this. Non-insertable and non-penetrable adult toys and sexual accessories, such as BDSM wear, will be allowed as long as the listings follow Etsy's guidelines around mature content, and also updated yesterday. These listings must be tagged as mature, can't appear in public places, or someone's account like a user's avatar or shop home. The first thumbnail must be appropriate for general audiences. That's grandma all the way down to little Susie.
That's right. Yes. Got to look at the gallery photos to really see what this thing is and how you use it.
Yep. And depictions of genitalia or products in use must be removed and or censored. On that point, porn is not allowed on Etsy at all, including custom content. This is defined as media displaying explicit acts made by porn publishers like Playboy. That includes any vintage items, and described as pornographic in titles, descriptions, whatever. This makes me think they are getting heat from somewhere, but I don't know who. I don't know who's giving them crap.
I don't know. I mean, Etsy's always felt like the wholesome garage sale next to the, a few blocks away from the sex shop.
Yeah.
I've always felt like Etsy. For me, I was surprised to find out that Etsy allowed this before now, right? Mm-hmm. I thought, oh, okay, yeah, it was needlepoint this and macrame that, and
it's weird when somebody like Tumblr changes it, because you assume Tumblr just lets anything in for the longest time, and so when they did this and they got all the backlash for it, it's because they were all of this. I didn't know you could get these things on Etsy. I'm that naive.
Sure.
I don't know what they have. I thought it was all macrame and 3D printed stuff and stickers and whatnot.
Exactly, yeah.
So I didn't know. The Etsy spinoff, Sexty. That's what they should do.
Sexty.
Sexy.
Sexy.
Sexy, but spelled like
sexy.
Well, they're gonna have to workshop it.
Yeah,
they're gonna have to workshop it, but it sounds like a way for them to maybe spin out.
There you go.
Here's one. Restaurant says men must be 35, women must be 30 years older to come into their restaurant at all. Quote, we're sticking to our code. That's right.
Sweet. I'd go there.
We could, which is nice. Turning 18 and 21 are rites of passage. Young people go to certain places they couldn't before, says this article. But one restaurateur near St. Louis, that's in Missouri, they got the big arches and the whatnot there.
Just one big arch.
Yeah, well, just the one big arch. I always think there's like two, but then I'm thinking of McDonald's straight up.
Thinking of McDonald's, yeah. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
I told myself I was going to try one of those new $5 cheapo meals, value meal, whatever they're doing, to try to get people back in after they raise their prices too high, and then talk about it on the show. And I haven't had the heart. I'm just not in the mood.
I know it just feels like you're giving up.
It does. It feels like I'm giving up.
Yeah.
And I don't want to give up. I want to live. All right.
Yeah.
Anyway, a new upscale restaurant in Florissant, Missouri. Florissant, I'm not sure how you say it. Called Bliss. It's called Bliss. Yeah.
We have a froyo place near us called Bliss.
Oh, that's all right. That sounds.
You can be any age to get froyo.
It sounds like a strip club, a froyo place.
Kind of does. Yeah. Right. Or a day spa.
Yeah.
Right. Like you want to open a place called Bliss and just let people decide what you do there.
Yeah. Or
blacked out windows.
Or like a touring stage show that's in the Aria for the next 2 weeks or something like that.
Right. It's the new Cirque du Soleil show.
Bliss. Yeah. Come check it out. Don't bring the kids. Well, anyway, women must be at least 30 to enter, and men must be 35 or older. Marvin Pate, age 36, and his wife opened Bliss just 2 weeks ago. Quote, it represents pure happiness and pure utopia. It's a home away from home. You can come here and feel like you're actually on a resort, says Pate. The restaurant's West African and Caribbean cuisine isn't the only hot topic simmering on social media. People can't stop talking about the age restriction.
Of course.
I hate how they say it, though. It's like people
simmering on social media.
Yeah, I hate that stuff so bad. Anyway, they just don't want young people in there. They're getting shit for it, but they just are like, hey, we make the rules. I think you can make those rules. That's fine. It's your place.
I think you make those rules. It's weird. Why 30 and 35? Why can't the men, like, what if a 31-year-old man and his 31-year-old wife want to go there? Why is he not old enough? Like, what is it about that age between 30 and 35 for men? Here's the kind of restaurant I'd want to open. Any age, right?
Yeah.
Come in any age.
Sure.
But your phone goes into a zippered pouch, and you can keep your zippered pouch with you, but you can't take it out of your zippered pouch.
Just can't open it.
Yeah.
I think I would hate that.
You are forced to look at and talk to the person you came with and enjoy your meal and focus on the food and not take pictures of it for Instagram and all that stuff.
You know what? That's actually not a bad idea. Just have a place you can escape for that for a couple hours, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
We went to...
Hobbs Dog says, hell no.
I mean, I need my phone. I think I need my phone when I'm out doing that stuff, but I don't really.
But you don't.
I don't really, do I?
No.
I could go an hour or two just focused on my date.
You could absolutely, and just focus on Kim and, yeah.
This will also separate a lot of wheat from the chaff, right? So if you can make it through the couple hours, you realize your relationship is strong. If you feel like your pants are buzzing because you just can't wait to get back to your phone, maybe you two don't belong together. You know? Anyway, I was going to share something funny. And
Dr. Calhoun says, if you do that, then you'll have to unfriend me.
Yeah.
What about losers like me that go out to eat alone? Do what I do when I go out to eat alone. I go sit at the bar. Even if I don't have anything to drink, I sit at the bar so I can talk to the bartender and have, maybe see the TV up there if it's a bar that has a TV. But it's still your, I don't know. I feel like I'm more focused on what I'm eating and how it tastes and how it's presented and stuff like that. If I don't have just to the right of my knife and fork a phone sitting there.
That's why the dining in the dark thing is such a cool idea, because you can't You can't pull your phone out. You just gotta, use all your senses except for your eyeballs, I suppose.
Exactly.
Well, all right. Good luck to them. I hope it lasts. Moving on to take a break. When we come back, we'll be joined with Amy Robinson. You know her as Red Fraggle. She's got a book for us to read, and so we're going to hear all about it in her Read This segment, which we do once a month with her. That'll be right after this break with this song that Brian will now explain.
I did. Oh, man. You know how I love me some power pop? Not to be confused with just pop music. This is power pop is a very different thing. Think the Kinks, the Knack, bands from the 80s and 90s that just had a straightforward rock sound, no pretense, no alternative indie kind of stuff, just power pop.
Right.
This is a band called Joy Buzzer, and we may have played them before. Big thanks to Wicked Cool Records. Another one that's always seems to send me some really good stuff. These guys are from New York City, and they have a brand new single from their upcoming album called Pleased to Meet You. Let's see. It's a play on the Pleased to Meet Me by The Replacements. Where is it?
Oh, based on another song. That's cool.
Yeah, the album is called Pleased to Meet You. The album cover even looks like the Pleased to Meet Me album cover. This is their first single from the album. It's called You'd Be Surprised. Little explicit, tiny little bit of explicit tag in here. Here's Joy Buzzer, and You'd Be Surprised. That's it. That's what it's called.
That sounds exactly right. Here you go.
I think we should start seeing other people.
I think it would be better for you to remain in the bathroom, sir.
And we've returned. Tell me who that was one more time.
Sure. That's a band called Joy Buzzer. Oh, there you go. Thank you, Molly Fenton. XTC, Squeeze. A couple of great examples and favorites of mine that are great examples of power pop. That is the song You'd Be Surprised from their upcoming album, Pleased to Meet You. Joy Buzzer, great New York City power pop band.
Nice. Get a rope. They're in New York City. Yes. Get a rope. All right, what are we doing? Oh, yeah, we're adding Amy to this. She's coming in. She's coming in hot.
She's coming in hot.
Oh, didn't work. Why? What happened there? There we go. Okay. All right, Discord, make up your mind. There we go. Okay, in she comes. Maybe. Is it ringing? What happened? Why isn't it ringing?
I don't know. Oh, it just went right off. Like it.
Yeah, I can't. And then if I right click her to ring her, it doesn't do anything. Let me remove her. Okay, let's try that again. Red Fraggle, add. Create group. Oh, there we go. I don't know what's going on there. That was a very strange thing, and I would like to never have it happen again. Maybe it's something on her end. She's not picking up either. Maybe that wasn't me at all. I don't know. Calling Amy. Earth calling Amy. Amy, are you there?
Calling Amy. Come in,
there?
Amy.
Amy?
Let me tell you about what happened this week with Middy in Boulder.
I haven't been able to find reruns of that show. And
I wonder why.
That would be a fun one to just have on something, right?
That'd be a great binge. Yeah.
Let's see.
Boy, that show I did see an episode, a few years ago on something, can't remember where, but it did not hold up as well as I hoped it would.
Yeah, probably not. It was a weird time.
And it wasn't because of the amazing talents of Robin Williams. It was just some weird, awkward, just weird treatments of Boulder, the Boulder lifestyle, I think, that didn't look right.
Didn't seem right to you at the time?
Didn't seem right, yeah.
You know what's funky is that, I just confirmed.
Mork and Mindy, Hobbs Dog. I don't know if we ever said Mork and Mindy. But,
Mork and Mindy
is what we're talking about.
But it's not streaming anywhere. I just checked, and that's unfortunate. But also, I'm sure somebody could find a complex way to do it. But sure. Oh, hi, Amy. Hi, you there?
Hey, there she is.
Hi.
Sorry.
Oh, you're fine. Everything good? Okay. You all right over there?
Yeah, my niece just got here, so I was getting an update from her. So apologies.
Oh, no worries.
No worries at all.
No worries at all. I know there's a lot going on with all that, so do not stress one bit. Oh, we have a little thing that we do for you, though. There it is.
One of the things that I enjoy also is reading.
Did I ever tell you? I guess I told you. I got that from a dating video from the 80s. Where the guy's
really?
That's hilarious.
The guy's explaining what he likes, what he likes to do in his little video thing. Remember when they had those? They were terrible. They were like all on cable and be like midnight.
Oh, yeah.
It's awful. Anyway, it's good to have you here. Let's get into it. We have you on once a month, talk about books and, something to read. And you always, you never disappoint. So let's just get into it. What do you got this week?
Oh, well, thanks. Yeah. So this is one that I kind of randomly found, because I'm on Audible all the time, and it suggested it to me, and I thought it looked just hilarious and weird enough to work for this show. So,
all right. Well, I'll play a little clip from it. Here you go.
You're awake. I tried to respond, but what came out was something like a cross between a cough and static. For God's sake, that sounded like a voice synthesizer having a breakdown. Please keep trying. It can take a few attempts for the guppy interface to mesh. I considered what he'd said. It immediately brought up 3 points. Point 1, I wasn't dead. Well, okay, I think, therefore I am, yada yada. Call that one proven. Point 2, I wasn't good as new. In fact, I appeared to be speaking through a voice synthesizer, but doing so by mental control, which meant, point 3, that the technology had advanced significantly since I'd been hit by the car. How long had I been out? I tried again, concentrating on forming the words. Someone want to fill me in. Excellent. I am Dr. Landers, Bob. I will answer any questions you have, and I will help to prepare you for your new life. New life? What's wrong with my old one? I already don't like where this is going. Dr. Landers pulled the tablet over so that it was directly in front of him. So, Bob, what's the last thing you remember? A car coming right at me. I was sure it was going to hit me. I'm pretty sure it did. It did indeed, Bob. You arrived at the hospital in critical condition with a very poor prognosis. Per your contract with Cryo Eterna, they were standing by with a cryo container when time of death was pronounced. Good to know my money wasn't wasted anyway. So what year is it? Dr. Landers laughed. So nice to talk to a subject so quick on the uptake. It is June 24th, 2133.
Oh, my Lord. This sounds like some humor-based science fiction, if I had to guess.
Yeah, love that combo.
Yeah.
Yes, you are correct. And a couple of people in the chat have indeed identified basically all aspects of this. It is indeed the Bobaverse. So the name of this specific book is We Are Legion, We Are Bob, by Dennis E. Taylor. And it's narrated by Ray Porter. And yeah, it's as hilarious as it sounds. Dude is suddenly come into a lot of wealth, and he's a reasonably smart guy. He's a software engineer, and he decides to put his wealth to what he thinks is good use and purchase a contract with a cryogenics company that in the event of his death will come and harvest his head and cryogenically freeze it until such time as medical science has advanced to be able to cure whatever has ailed him to death. And then he goes to a science fiction convention and promptly gets hit by a car.
Jeez.
So,
Jeez.
Wow.
It's like, yeah. And it's great. It's as much fun as it sounds like it would be. And also it has all the good trappings of good, fun science fiction, right? Like it's, as you spotted, it's humor based. So this guy has a very wry wit about him, and he's not shy about sharing it with the listener or the reader. And he's, so it's filled with lots of fun Trek references. There's a couple of Simpsons references in there, which is really fun. But it's also got the good questions that it poses to the reader. Like, and it doesn't pose them directly. It just myself, when I was reading it, it made me pause and think, oh, what actually makes a self? You know what I mean? Like, what constitutes a person? What does it mean to be a being, and all those kinds of good things. And And yeah, it's a really good book. The first one gets going really quickly. In fact, I almost would have liked a little bit more lead up in the beginning, a little bit more of him kind of, like the Iron Man, I'm figuring out how to work my suit kind of things. I would have liked a little bit more of that. But he gets going almost straight away. And it's great. Like when he wakes up a century later, he is told effectively that he's now a sentient AI and is the property of a dystopian theocratic government. And his purpose is to be uploaded into the hardware of an interstellar probe searching for habitable planets.
All right. Okay.
So
this sounds good. So we're not talking like absurdist Hitchhiker's Guide style approach to this. We're not. It's not like that where it's mostly
not quite that out there.
Yeah.
No, all the humor is basically this guy's wry sense of sarcasm and humor. It's all, some of it is internal, some of it is also, sort of external to the people he talks to, but of course a lot of them don't get the jokes that he's making, but we get them.
Yeah.
So which is kind of fun.
That sounds pretty good. It reminds me of there's a little bit of Old Man's War in this by is that John Scalzi? Who is it? Scalzi, yeah. I love that book. This is going to be my next one. Also, it's on Kindle Unlimited, so if you're doing that like I am, which is a really cheap way to get a lot of amazing books, it's free. So I'm going to grab it. And how many of these are there? There's book one of what, 3?
5.
5. Here
there are 5. Yeah. And yeah, as Dr. Calhoun in the chat points out, the plot is pretty hard sci-fi based. In fact, in the first book, in the earlier stages, there's a fair amount of technobabble. I kind of tend to gloss over some of that, and just like, okay, let me just gist for me, Bob. Like, tell me what you're doing without, you don't have to bounce the graviton particle beam off the main deflector dish, like,
Sure.
you just tell me what you're doing.
Well, this is good news to me because I kind of like technobabble, fake space stuff. I'm into it, so I think I'd actually enjoy that. Sounds like fun.
Yeah, and it doesn't bog the book down with it a lot. There's just there's a little bit of it, and you're like, okay, yeah. But yeah, it's good. I enjoy it, and like I say, it raises a lot of good questions about what it means. What does yourself mean? Because without giving too many spoilers, at some point, one of his main objectives is to go out and create more of himself, right? Because you can't just have one thing searching for a habitable planet, in an infinite universe. You have,
Sure.
you got to cast a wide net, right?
Sure.
And so he's a little bit reticent to do that because he has Bob's conscious. As far as he is concerned, he is Bob, right? He is original Bob. And he's a little reticent to replicate himself because he's like, what if I'm a jerk?
Sure.
What if I don't like me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's really kind of interesting. And it's interesting to think of, the subsequent Bobs, like they will all also feel like they are original Bob, even though they're not, and it's fascinating. And it's a little bit scary because the dystopian theocratic government that he wakes up to kind of feels a little more realistic than it used to, and makes me a little uncomfortable.
Yeah, sure.
This sounds like so up my alley. I'm stoked. I'm going to read. This is my next book. I can tell you that. I'm going to finish this trilogy I'm on right now, and when I'm done, I'm diving in. It sounds good.
Very good.
Yep.
Very good.
Up on Kindle. It only shows 4 books. There's 6. Did you say?
I think there's 5. So let me see. Okay.
Oh, 5?
So book 1 is called We Are Legion, We Are Bob.
Yeah.
Book 2 is For We Are Many.
Yeah.
I know, right? Like,
yeah.
So
It's
Brian,
great
you
titles.
laughed like that. Honestly, the title, I was like, okay, I'll bite. What is this about? And then I read the description and I was like, okay, I'm in. I'll go for it. Yeah.
When you sent me the link on Goodreads and I'm looking at this, I'm thinking, oh, this is so great. Yeah, just seems like so much fun.
Then there's
and they all have really good ratings on Goodreads. So, I feel pretty comfortable with it. There's let's see. For We Are Many is book 2. All These Worlds is book 3.
Yeah.
Heaven's River is book 4.
Yeah.
And then book 5 is called Not Till We Are Lost.
Oh, yeah. They're not showing it on Amazon. I wonder why. It's weird.
I don't know. Some of them might be Audible exclusives. Oh, yeah. It looks like 4 and 5 are Audible exclusives for now.
Okay.
So yeah, you can get books 1 through 3 in print.
1 through 3 they're also showing 4. So I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
There's just not a 5 listing at all, but I can get all 4. The first 4 books up to Heaven's River are all available for me to read. So
there you go.
There's plenty of content. I think I'll be okay.
When you prefer audiobooks, right, Amy?
I do.
Yeah. Do you listen at regular speed or do you speed things up? We were talking about that earlier in the
regular
show.
speed. Yeah, I was listening earlier and I was like, I can't do it. I can't do the sped up thing, because so when I send you guys the clips of the audiobooks for this segment, I go in and I edit it for time and I squinch it down. I cut something like, okay, we can get to the point quicker if I cut this section out or whatever. Sure. And that kind of thing. And I know what it sounds like that something has been sped up or something is at a clip. And I just find it too distracting. I can't do it. I can't.
I get it. Yeah. Yeah.
And
I think we're with you on that.
I certainly can't do it with podcasts that I mostly listen to live or occasionally listen to live, because then if I get used to it at a sped up speed and then I listen live, you guys sound drunk at that. And I'm like,
people have said, yeah.
Can't
Who
do
says
it.
we're not? But yeah.
maybe we are. You never know.
Maybe I'm pretty sure Scott isn't, although he may have had a Galmy, but never know. But.
All right. Fair enough. This is great. I'm been looking for some sci-fi to fill my soul after this. I read the Red Rising series is definitely sci-fi, but it's so much it's like how Dune is sci-fi. Yes, it's sci-fi, but it's like very fantasy driven sci-fi. And so is this, and so I'm kind of looking for some like hard science fiction with a little humor, and it's perfect.
Yep.
So I'm in.
That's exactly, that fits right into that niche. So
that's cool.
Great recommendation as always. And if you want to go over to quicktms.li, Brian tracks these every time we bring up a new book or a new series, and you can find it there. Again, that first book is called We Are Legion. If you're looking to start,
We Are Legion. We Are Bob.
We Are Bob.
Parentheses.
That's right. Yeah. Baaaabyyyyy book 1. I love that it's the Baaaabyyyyy. That's how you
know. What's really funny is at some point one of the Bobs calls that out, and because they call it the Baaaabyyyyy, and he's like, he looks at himself and says, "Baaaabyyyyy, really?"
Good. I like a thing that can laugh at itself. Nothing wrong with that.
Exactly.
Excellent.
Exactly.
Amy, this has been great. It's always good to talk to you, and I hope things continue to go well for you. How's something got hurt? Now you should be healing. What was the thing that got hurt?
Yes. So my ankle. I sprained my ankle.
Oh, right.
And I actually went for my first PT appointment yesterday, and she says I can 86 the brace. So that's good. Yeah. And I'm on to PT. She basically almost said, based on her examination of things, she was like, "Why are you here? This seems fine." And I told her, I was like, "Well, I can still tell, like when I go up and down the stairs and stuff, it still feels like I might hurt something." And she's like, "As long as it's below a 4 on the pain scale, you're fine. Like, go ahead and do the thing." So I was like, "Sweet,
nice."
So yeah, all of that is on the mend, and yeah.
All right. Well, good luck with the rest of that, and may your ankle never be twisted again.
Thank you. Yes, I agree.
Stay out of trouble. Say hi to Chuck, and we'll see you later. All right, Brian. Hey, you know what that means?
Yes. What?
I know, right? It's a little shocking, but what I'm about to tell you is the show is nearly over. That's what I'm about to say. All right. I don't want to shock you, but here's what's happening today. Usually Tuesdays are a little kind of quiet around here. Not today. Daily Tech News Show is when I'm on today. Usually it's Wednesdays. Today I'm on because they don't want no non-Samsung lover on tomorrow for the Samsung event.
some Samsung hater.
Yeah. So why even try? So I'm on today. That'll be fun. And then tonight, just a reminder, I will be. So you haven't seen with TV's Travis, our own TV's Travis.
Wait, you haven't seen.
Or wait, you haven't seen. Wait.
Just one wait. It's
just
not
one
wait. Don't tell me.
Wait. Don't tell me the name of Travis's show.
Don't tell me you haven't seen that thing. Yeah.
Sorry, Travis, but I'll be on there tonight, and I'm looking forward to it because we're going to talk about Quantum Mania and whether it was any good or not. And here's the funny thing: I skipped right over Ant-Man and Wasp. I haven't seen that yet.
Oh, really? You haven't seen number 2? Well, How did you know the whole Pfeiffer thing going on?
I don't know, but wasn't there something in some post-credit thing? Something where we saw something in something else, right? Or am I smoking the crack?
So end of Ant-Man and Wasp, that one came out in the middle, in between Endgame and I'm sorry, in between Infinity War and Endgame, and so you do get what happened during the snap, with the Ant-Man stuff,
right?
With those characters,
and there was something in Endgame that was it a post-credit thing? Something had Pfeiffer doing something. No,
I can't. We might have. I can't remember it though. I don't remember Pfeiffer in any of that stuff.
Yeah, I need to. So it's one I still need to see, and we actually waffled back and forth.
That could be a great couch party too.
Yeah, and we went back and forth about should I do that instead, and we finally decided on Quantumania, just given all the controversy around it to be like a more fun thing, and it's not that hard to get. Like I get the idea of what happened to Pfeiffer. Yeah. Like I get it. She's great in that, by the way. She's really good.
She is really good. Dr. Calhoun says, and to be honest, there's nothing of value in Ant-Man and the Wasp, and I would totally disagree. I think the villain of Ghost is one of the better Marvel MCU villains that they've come up with in a while that doesn't feel like we just need her for this movie and let's get rid of her kind of thing. I feel like we need her for future projects. Isn't she going to be is she a Thunderbolt? No, I can't remember where we're going to see Ghost.
I don't remember. Is she coming? She is coming back though. You've got confirmation on that?
I think she's coming back. Yeah, the actress for that.
Oh, chat says
Windmaker says she's in the final battle in Endgame. I don't think you see Michelle Pfeiffer because that would defeat the whole purpose. Oh no, that's right, because that's right. They pull her back from the Quantumverse, and then they go back in for Quantumania. Right. I thought Quantumania was them doing it.
Maybe that's why it all rang to me.
That's what you're seeing.
Out.
Yeah,
they pulled her out, and now she's out. Yeah, the process. They don't have the process of pulling her out in Quantumania. It's post that, so that's why it all rang. That made sense to me.
She's already out, and Scott Lang is going back into the quantum universe for some other reason at the end of Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah,
when he gets trapped in there for set up the events of Endgame.
Yeah, that makes sense. Very cool.
Right.
So anyway, that'll be tonight, and also we'll be back tomorrow with a regular episode of the morning stream. You may have heard of it. So be around for that. That's going to do it for us. Quick note about our website. You can go to frogpants.com/TMS anytime. That's a place to request songs. That's a place you can do a lot of things. All the stuff we talk about linked there. So it's easy and accessible to just about everyone. That's frogpants.com/TMS. Use it today. Brian, let's get out of here with a song. Please play one.
Okay. This one goes out to Natalia. Hey, Brian, who is totally not a coward. My Call of Cthulhu group is finishing up a campaign in the next 2 weeks. So to honor them and thank our keeper, aka GM Mike Wood, I'd like to request a song we've been singing while playing this final chapter. Bad Moon Rising by CCR, because we're about to have a showdown during a blood moon and try not to go insane. Heather, James, Cam, and Mike and I love gaming. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Heather, James, Cam, and Mike, there was no comma there. I love gaming with you guys and can't wait for more campaigns. Brian's totally not a coward, signed Talia.
Oh, it's good to know that you're not a coward. You're not a coward at all, Cowardville, or whatever you used to say. Yeah.
She accused me of being a coward because I wouldn't play a Kit Boga song on TMS. That's where this all comes from, and I stand behind it that without the visuals and the background knowledge of what's going on with the Kit Boga stuff, the songs just aren't as funny.
I still don't know who that is. I know we've talked about it, but who the hell is Kit Boga?
Kitboga is this person who, this dude who does Twitch streams where he gets scammers who are trying to pull the gift card scam and makes them go through so many freaking hoops to get gift cards that they inevitably still don't get. But it's like Kitboga's able to do this voice. Like,
yeah, it's the guy with the sunglasses most of the time. I follow this guy. I just didn't know his name.
Where do I? No, I'm clicking on buy card, or am I clicking on more info?
Do not redeem. Do not redeem.
Exactly.
There's always an Indian guy yelling, "Don't redeem" as loud as he can. Okay, I know who this is now.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. Yep.
So wait, he makes music though? He makes music is the point.
He doesn't make music. He makes the scammers that he's talking to sing Spice Girls songs, and then he puts it to music later on.
I have not heard that. I gotta go check that out.
And it's really funny when you know all that, but that's a lot of setup to get to the point of playing, just some overseas dude singing "Wannabe."
Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
all right.
Yeah.
So Bad Moon Rising by CCR. Man, I hate the effing Eagles. Play me some Creedence. This is a great version that came out, 12 years ago. Seriously.
What?
Juliana Hatfield, a favorite singer of mine, put out an album called Cleverly Covers back in 2012. And on there, she covers CCR's Bad Moon Rising. And it takes the CCR version, Creedence Clearwater Revival, for those people who are wondering, why does it keep saying CCR? Takes their version and makes it seem more melancholy and wistful. Like, boy, the first word that comes to mind when I hear this version is it's wistful. She was a former member of the Lemonheads, great vocalist and incredible performer, both solo and with her band, the Juliana Hatfield 3. This is just her solo, Bad Moon Rising, Juliana Hatfield.
All right, enjoy this, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow for yet another TMS.
This show is part of the Frog Pants Network. Yes. Get more at frogpants.com.
You are a gross man.
Sheila.
Oh, my. Tally, you can call us cowards for not